You are Locked On Heat Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Miami on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is up, Heat fan? Welcome to your Heat Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. My name is Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease, and yeah, it wasn't exactly the 96 Bulls tonight, but the Heat pick up a big win, and they're pretty much going to be the 10 seed, and I think we're all okay with that, right? You don't even want to play that game at home at this point, do you? I don't know, but they got a nice win tonight over Philly with no Andrew Wiggins, no Bam Adebayo, 117-105 your score. My name is Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease, of course, G-R-I-E-S, at Jim Grease _ on social media. Give me a follow. Make you holla. Want to make sure that I thank you for being here every day. We love that, you everydayers. And even if you're new here, thank you so much for being here and making us your first watch or listen of the day. We're free, and that means we're free wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart. Of course, we're free here on YouTube, and we are free, F-R-E-E, baby. Free on OTT. Yeah, you know me. That's on Roku. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Tonight's episode of your Heat Postcast is brought to you by FanDuel, and you know how big of a fan I am of FanDuel. And right now, new customers can get $250 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins, courtesy of FanDuel, right here from the Locked On Podcast Network. All right, we're going to get it going. 117-105. The Heat with a big win tonight. No Bam, no Wiggy, can't you see? But they're still able to get the job done in the MIA on Pat Riley Court. Here's what it is.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And there it is, 117-105. Look at that defense. Look at Jaime Jaquez Jr. Look at Anderson. Look at them smothering the G League team, masquerading as an NBA team tonight with no Paul George, with no Joel Embiid, with no Maxey. Obviously, yeah, the Sixers are in a world of hurt right now, and it's just a year that started with so many huge expectations for them has fizzled into nothingness. While you're here, by the way, and I see the numbers surging, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get alerted when we're coming your way with more content, and come on into the chat and say what's up. 117-105, the final here tonight for your Miami Heat, and it really was nice. Duncan Robinson, the Dunkinator, Duncan Hines, Duncan shooting threes. He's not a dunker. He's a shooter. Duncan Robinson, 12 of his 21 points in the fourth quarter. Tyler Herro, 20, coming back after that game out with a thigh injury. The Miami Heat pull away. 16-3-1 run in the fourth quarter is what did it for Miami. But how about Killer K-Dot? How about Killer Kel'el? How about Mr. Ware? He has 15 double-doubles, all of them after January 7th. That's right. 19 points, 17 rebounds for the man in the middle. I'm starting with the man in the middle. Kel'el Ware with a big game tonight, 19 and 17. And how about Davion Mitchell, 12 points, 9 assists. I think this dude, hey, now could be an all-star. One day he'll get his game on and go play. How about Quentin Grimes and Lonnie Walker IV scoring 29 apiece for Philadelphia? Their season went like Tom Hanks in the movie, and there's no one they can sue like him. Adam Bona scores 16 points, 11 boards for Philly. Miami's 36 and 43 here. I'll take that off now so you can see the handsome face right here. But the Heat now a half game back in Chicago in the race for the number 9 spot. In the East, they play each other on Wednesday. That's going to be a big one in the Chi-Town. Roll now. The Heat 1.5 games behind number 8 Atlanta, 2.5 games behind number 7 Orlando, and with, let me see, 3 games left. And see what happened was, and there's, you're not going to get enough of that. But the Heat have been, the Heat have been a better road team this season, regardless of what anybody says, regardless of what the records say. We know it. You know it. I know it. We all know it. You know what I'm saying? And we're not playing. The Miami Heat, a huge disappointment this season in many ways, but nowhere near as bad as the Philadelphia 76'ers, right? Bam Adebayo, back spasms, Kevin Love, personal, Andrew Wiggins, right hamstring. They get in the playoffs. They get in that 9-10 game. The Bulls ain't beating them. You got Love, you got Bam, you got Wiggy. It looks like Wiggins might play on Wednesday. We're not sure yet. But we said this last night, and we said it happened tonight, but we said it last night. I was off by a game that Wiggins has been with the Heat about 30 games and played in 15, missed 15. Well, it had been 15-14. Tonight, 15-15 after he missed this game. But Spoelstra said before the game he's getting close, and that's a quote. So the 16-3 run of the fourth tie game turns into a big Miami lead, and it was all she wrote. Miami has not faced a double-digit deficit in 6 straight games, and wow, man, it's just, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Miami was favored by 11.5, and they win by 12, so everybody kind of stressing there, and the over came in too. It was 216.5. So if you had Miami in the over, oh, man, you're partying down on South Beach right now tonight. Okay, Jim Greasehaber, call me Greasy. You're watching your Heat Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. There's one other thing that I wanted to get to about this game real quick. Got some notes in the handy, F-O-N-E. Yeah, P-H-O-N-E. So it was 29-28 Miami in the first. Nice first quarter. They scored 32 in the second and 34 in the fourth. The Philadelphia 76ers had a 30-point quarter in the third. But a nice job by the Heat tonight. 117-105. Career highs for Kel'el Ware. 13 defensive rebounds, 17 rebounds overall. Duncan leading Miami's 44.4% shooting from three-point land. And yeah, man, it was really nice to see the Dunkmeister doing that tonight. And Kel'el Ware, we talked about that, has been phenomenal lately. The Heat had that run in the fourth, and that was what got it done. Okay, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. We got a lot to do still on your Heat Postcast. We're going to give away some hardware, some metaphorical hardware, but some hardware nonetheless. We are giving away the stars of the game. We are giving away the turning point of the game. We'll hit you with that final score graphic again, and we will preview that Bulls game with the Heat sitting there in the number 10 spot, a half game behind Chicago. And if they beat Chicago and then end up playing the Bulls at home, will that be worse than playing them on the road? We'll talk about all that and more at your Heat Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. But first, before we do all that, I want to remind you that we're free, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast, the audio version, and on Roku. And, of course, we thank you. And you can also get your Locked On Heat newsletter every day. Heat and NBA news delivered right into your mailbox every single day at LockedOnDaily.com for your Locked On Heat newsletter. Right after we hit some great deals from our incredible sponsors just for you, we'll get to it and get back to that box score and the team stats, followed by the stars of the game, turning point, and a look ahead to the Bulls. Heat Postcast, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And today's show is brought to you in part by Monarch Money. You guys know how much I love using Monarch Money. This is something that has been so necesito in my life for years. And mi vida. Ever check your bank account and wonder, hey, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. Very important, right? If you ever want to have one of those big old brickle townhomes or anything like that, you're going to love that. So Monarch Money gives you surprising insights. When I started using Monarch, I realized how much I was spending on food delivery. Now I budget smarter, save more. They have all-in-one convenience. I love that. Instead of juggling multiple apps, I can use Monarch for everything: checking, tracking, and even planning long-term goals. And that's checking finance, tracking spending, and the long-term goals as well. So you can collab easier. Your partner, smoother than ever. Bring them on in. Track shared and personal accounts, set goals. Stay on the same page without all the stress. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. That's right. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Code LOCKEDONNBA for half off your first year. Monarch Money on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And our show tonight is also brought to you by FanDuel. We talked about them in the open as the title sponsor of tonight's episode. And FanDuel always giving you that love, always giving you those deals. What an incredible, the top sports book in the world right now is FanDuel. And you understand what FanDuel has going for you right now. And you understand because FanDuel loves you so much and because you're a part of the Locked On Podcast Network that, hey, right now, new customers can get $250 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins, courtesy of FanDuel. With the NBA playoffs almost here, FanDuel giving new customers an incredible way to get in on the action. You place your first $5 bet, $250 in bonus bets if your bet wins. I love how FanDuel makes betting so easy, whether it's picking my favorite team or diving into player props. From three-pointers to steals to assists, FanDuel has so many ways to bet your favorite player props. Plus, after the game tips off, yeah, baby, you can even combine live prop bets into same-game parlay for a chance to win big. Don't miss out. Head to FanDuel.com and claim your $250 in bonus bets today. FanDuel on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And what a great offer that is for you. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Got a lot to do and a short time to do it. Let's get right to it. Your Miami Heat postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And we are pumped to be here. Big win for Miami tonight, 117-105 over them Sixers from Philadelphia. Still to come, player of the game, still to come, turning point of the game, final score graphic, and looking ahead to the Bulls on Wednesday. Just a little preview. You'll get the full deal from the Heat newsletter, Locked On Heat newsletter at LockedOnDaily.com. Heat and NBA news every day in your inbox, and your Locked On Heat podcast with the guys doing a great job all year long. They will be here every single day, and I'm here after every game, including playing, playoff, wherever they end up. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it. All right, for the Sixers, 29 apiece for Grimes and Walker, 16 for Bona with 11 rebounds. Nobody else did jack squat. For your Miami Heat, a different story. 6 players in double figures, led by Duncan Robinson, 21 points, 5 of 6 from 3, 12 points in the fourth quarter for Duncan. And then you have Tyler Herro, who comes along with 20 points, 5 rebounds, for Tyler in the game. He was 8 of 14 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3. Very easy and efficient game for him. 19 for Kel'el Ware to go along with 17 rebounds, 13 defensive rebounds, a career high, 17 rebounds, a career high as well. 15 double-doubles since early January for the rookie, who for sure will make the all-rookie team. Who's next? So we had 12 from Davion Mitchell off the bench to go along with 9 assists, 12 from Pelle Larsson, who played another inspired all-around game, 11 for Alec Burks, and 9 for Haywood Highsmith off the bench, 8 for Anderson, Kyle Anderson with a good game as well. So Mitchell and Robinson and Anderson off the bench combining for 42 tonight for Miami. And you're looking at the team stats for the Heat, and we got to really get moving here. But the shooting, 50% for Miami, 43 for Philly, 44.4 from 3 for the Heat, 31.6 for Philly. And that was really nice for Miami. 16 made threes to 12 for Philly. Free throws, they didn't get to the line as much, 11 of 15. Philly, 17 of 25. Yikes, that one hurts. Miami out-rebounded Philly by 2, 6 more assists. Turnovers even at 13. Let's see. Fast break points, 21-12. Miami. Points in paint, 54-48. Miami. Largest lead, 16. Heat, 6 for the Sixers. Miami covered. They won. The over came in. I don't know what else you want me to say other than we got a couple benchmarks to get in before we wrap it up and get on out for you here. All right, you ready for this one? Let's go, baby. 2 more things and we are out, and we start with this one.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And this is the moment right here. The Heat rip off a 16-3 run midway through the fourth quarter to win the game. You play to win the game for Miami. That's Davion Mitchell, really dope with his defense. Offense, he hits another gear in the open court. The way he finishes at the rim, so strong at the rim. Davion Mitchell, I said it last night or a couple days ago, last game. This dude could be an all-star at some point. I really believe his on-the-ball defense is so good. If he can score 20 a game and average double digits, I think he could. I think he could be a 20-10 guy in the association and being an all-defense. I really do. And, yeah, I'm not crazy, but that was a nice job by Mitchell tonight within the course of that run. And we ready for the NHL style that we do here on the show, which would mean 3 stars.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
First things first, it's a 3-point champion, Tyler Herro. Look at him going left. He's really been fantastic creating off the dribble, all kinds of offensive moves, the runners, the floaters, the 3 balls. Tyler's been amazing. He had 20 points tonight to go along with 5 boards, kind of cruised his way to that 20 spot. Next up, you got Kel'el, the rookie, 15 double-doubles since early January. Look at him skying high above the rim How about Kel'el Ware tonight? His best game in my mind of the season without Bam Adebayo. They needed it, and what pretty much is a must-win if they want the 9 spot in that play-in. More on that un momento. But, yeah, here you go. Killer K, 19 points, 17 rebounds. He was 8 of 16. Shot the ball 16 times. Hasn't been shooting all that much lately, so good for him to get those numbers. A nice job by Kel'el Ware. And our number 1 star of the game, Dunkmeister, Duncan Robinson, 21 points, 12 of them in the fourth quarter, putting the game away with a 3-point barrage. Duncan Robinson. And look, he missed a shot late in the game, missed a runner, and traveled on consecutive possessions down the stretch against the Bucks in a game the Heat lost a close one, right? So Duncan Robinson more than making up for that tonight with a brilliant performance, and he is our number 1 star of the game. Get your hockey sweaters out. All right, real quick on the Heat and Bulls. This is going to be interesting, right? And obviously follow the guys and watch the show, Locked On Heat Podcast, and get the newsletter, and you'll get all that info. But it's down to a 3-game season. You're 2.5 games out of the 7 spot. You're a game and a half out of the 8 spot. Probably not going to get in there. Ideal for this team, I think, would be to be in that 8 spot and get the road game there, win that one, and just be in. And I think that would be what that's what happened last year in Philly, even though Jimmy got hurt and it led to disaster against the C's in the playoffs. But you got the Bulls, and the Heat and the Bulls have had, an interesting series this season. We'll talk more about that on Locked On Heat Podcast. Not we, but they will. And you'll get that there. I mean, the last 5 for the Bulls, they've won 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? They have won 3 of them, and the Heat have won 3 of them as well. The Bulls are 2-0 against the Heat this season. Both of them fourth quarter comebacks, one at each venue, one in Chicago, one in Miami, and this one will be in Chicago as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Heat and Bulls have going. Look, if Miami wins this game, they're a game ahead of Chicago, but would you rather be the 9? Would you rather be the 10? I'd rather keep winning because outside of the Bulls, after that, you got a couple other winnable games there too. You got the Pelicans, man, the Pelicans, and then you got the Wizards. So the Heat go 3-0. You never know. I'd like to see them get that 8 spot. I would love to see them get that 8 spot. You know what I'm saying? I really would love to see them in that position. You leapfrog Chicago. Miami is 26.5 games out, a game and a half behind Atlanta in the 8 spot. Look, they're 2.5 behind Orlando, and Orlando has a tiebreaker. Ain't happening, okay? But they could get that ATLian spot right there. Get those ATLians out of there, and let's get that 8 spot. And then you got a home game, though, in the play-in if you get the 8 spot. Would you rather have the home game in the play-in in the 8 spot and lose and then have to go down in the 9 spot and play the loser of the 9-10 game? Who knows? But the winner of 7-8 is automatically in. Loser goes down and plays the loser, the winner of 7-8 is in. The loser of 7-8 plays the winner of 9-10. The loser of 9-10 is out. I'd rather have Miami play that 9-10 game on the road than at home. That's all there is. There is no more. Your Heat Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, and I am pumped to have you here. Thank you so much for making us your first watch/listen every single day. Thanks to FanDuel and the rest of our sponsors. Thank you to David Locke and everybody at the Locked On Podcast Network. You know this. We are free on YouTube. We are free wherever you get your audio podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, and we are free on OTT. Yeah, you know me. This whole party on Roku. Over-the-top television as we continue world dominance. Don't forget the newsletters, too, at LockedOnDaily.com. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, back on Wednesday after the Bulls game. We'll know a lot more then about the playoff picture and the race for the play-in after what a year it's been. But always an inspiring effort, hustle, determination, relentlessness from your Miami Heat. Okay, cheap Mike Biamani ripoff, but legend that he is, I had to show him some props. Keep your game tight and your mind right, Miami. 117-105. Heat win. I'm out.